Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Wow, it's been a motherfucking minute, hasn't it? 712 billion market cap. So much has happened in my hiatus. Went to see my family, brother, got them all. Hope everyone had a happy holiday, got to see their family, talk about the gains. Go ahead and look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's showing around 15.3 right now. Ripple keeps going up, almost $3, $2.90. Ethereum's almost 900. It's just been, it's flirting with 1K. It's going to get there. Bitcoin Cash, 2,700. You even got Cardano over $1. Stellar's saying what's up. Litecoin has taken a steep fall in ranking. Currently 7. You believe that? Litecoin's 7th right now. 250. Yeah, just lots have been going on. As you can see, the Bitcoin dominance is at 36%, which might be the lowest. Definitely the lowest. I think the previous low was around 40-ish. So yeah, we're seeing the rise of the altcoins. The same thing's going to happen. The mindsets are funny because everyone goes all crazy. Now it's like, oh, what is it the rise of the altcoin, Bitcoin dead? Everyone's so polarizing. It's like if something happens, it's like it has to be all in or nothing. It's like if Bitcoin goes down, then it has to be the death of Bitcoin or and the absolute rule of altcoins. It's not how it is. Imagery, guys. Bitcoin goes like this. The altcoins are like on a string behind it, right? Like when you go real fast, the string stretches, boom. That's what happens. Bitcoin goes up, the altcoins go back down. It can only happen for so long. People are like, man, those altcoins are looking cheap. Boom. What's going to happen when the altcoins keep going up? Bitcoin's going to start looking cheap. When people make 4, 5, 10x, 20x off their altcoins, they're looking to get some Bitcoin. So it's just going to be a natural ebb and flow. And it's beautiful because Bitcoin has cleared a point. How does this happen? How does this happen? This isn't the top 200. This is the top 100, guys. Take a second to absorb this. This looks like something you would see when you hit view all. When Bitcoin clears a path, that means there's no resistance for these altcoins. So they can just hop. What took Bitcoin months, years to build, these altcoins can do in a few days. Boom, go up. I was seeing coins go up 300-400%, especially when you go to the next 100. You see, yesterday was absolutely insane, but so much green right now. It's very rare to have what we saw yesterday and it's still being green. So just badass. Actually, a little bit of news. Neo's going to be on the Chinese exchange, Huobi. I'm going to fucking butcher that one. Huobi. So look out for that. Steady creeping. Probably going to hit 100. Would not doubt it. And yeah, it's funny because when I went on vacation, I didn't trade, I was just chilling. And there were so many coins in my online exchanges that I didn't want to, I was like, I wanted to sell them. It's like I got them, I wanted to sell them, and then they went under. And I don't sell for a loss. And it's very important that you distinguish the difference between what I do and a lot of what other people do. I'm doing my own thing, right? I have traders that do the stop losses. They're robots. They really it's like another level. It's like poker. They really, I'm like an old school field player, right? I can read souls and shit. Ripple just hit over $3, by the way. But that's kind of how and then you got, these people who use, PIO solver and get to the game theory. And that's what happens with these traders with stop losses. So if you're doing that, that's a completely different thing to what I do. What I do is I buy and I hold until the bitch goes parabolic. It sounds pretty easy. It sounds pretty simple, but there's a catch. I usually buy the coins that a lot of people aren't buying. And that's where it gets tough. But, you can go into my old videos, get into the philosophy on that. But I'm going to touch on the fact that if you ever look at my old videos, anytime you look at my Bittrex account, you would see like all these random coins that I had. I'd have, just these random coins. And I didn't want to put them on a wallet. A lot of them had their own wallets. And what happened was things like Coin and Decent and LBC creds, all these coins went into the red below Bitcoin. And I don't sell for a loss in Bitcoin terms. I'm not even talking about USD. And I know that hurts some people. That probably hurts some people real deep. They're like, you don't sell for the USD, you only BTC? Yes, that is correct. And that takes fucking iron hands, right? Think of Coin when I got it way back when. It's like 125 Satoshi. It dipped below that for 3, 4, I don't know, maybe about 4 months, maybe. I didn't even think for a second to sell for a loss. It just didn't exist to me. When anything goes under into the red, it doesn't exist in my world anymore. It's gone. The only way it appears is when it's in the green. So it goes invisible. Once it's in the red, it's invisible. When I buy something and it goes below what I bought it for, it no longer exists to me. And I checked my Bittrex account. I'm glad to say I have officially gotten all of the coins, all of the altcoins that I had stowed away. The only one I'm keeping right now is Syscoin. Just have this on here, trading it a little bit. But yeah, I mean, this list was very, very, very long. And go over to my Binance account. And these are coins that were the same way. I bought Chainlink, it went to the red. I bought Kyber Network, it went to the red. I bought Enigma, it went to the red. I bought Walton Coin. No, actually, Walton Coin was never in the red. I got that one. I've just been holding on to that one for a while. Then I forgot about this account. I literally forgot about it, didn't even care. Went on vacation, came back, and then that's why I posted that Twitter thing, because like I had like 4, maybe 5 BTC in here. At the lowest, it was like 3.5. Some of these, Chainlink got crippled. It absolutely got crippled. I think I got it at like 40 cents. I don't know when I bought it, but I know it went down to like below 20 cents. Kyber Network went really low. Enigma went super low for so long. I made that little video just talking about, hey man, Enigma raised X amount of dollars, and right now on the streets it's going for like half that, and they have a good team, so I might pick up some, right? And I think I threw like a BTC or 2 at each. And yeah, I mean, I could have easily have been looking, and I know it's tough. I know it's tough when you're in for a loss and you don't have a lot of money to mess with. I understand that, but you have to understand how important it is not to take a loss. So I sold Coin for not even double what I had it. I let it go. I'm not saying it's going to do great things, I'm sure, right? I'm just I was a little bit too diversified, and I'm trying to hone my lanes a little bit. What happens is, if you don't sell for a loss, it's so huge, because then you set up this framework that it's very dangerous to sell for a loss thinking that the next coin that's going to blow, because everybody that comes to me has the mindset. Most people have the mindset, should I sell for X because it's not doing shit, and for B because it's mooning? And I don't give advice, but that shit almost makes me want to throw up in my mouth. Maybe, hey man, I'm not saying right, wrong, whatever you want to call it. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm just saying that it's a very dangerous game, because you bought a coin thinking it was going to moon, or probably when it was mooning, and then you probably hodled, and then it went on a dip, and then went below. It's a very rancid cycle. Plus, it really leads to, you never know when a coin's going to pop off. You never know when a coin is just going to go on a once-in-a-lifetime bull run. So when I invest in a coin, it's because I love it. It's like I know about it. I think it's going to do great things. That's when I first got in. I'm going to get into my investment mentality now. But when I first got in, and money was the money I was putting in was very, very precious. I wasn't about to put it in something fugazi. I ride or die with the coin. And what that really means is, it's going to, if it dips, I'm not afraid. I'm not saying always buy more when it dips, but I'm thinking, hey man, I bought this coin because I thought it has great potential and it can do really, really great things. So when it gets hard, and then the one bit of news you've been waiting for, that one big exchange, that one big partnership, something that came out of left field that you never ever could have expected, then it goes parabolic. Very, very hard to buy those times. That's why insider trading is illegal. It's very hard to know when coins are going to get a partnership, because they're not public. People don't normally come out and say, hey, we're about to get this partnership with A. No, because it has legality issues. So it's very dangerous to play that game, especially if you're not doing fucking half the research of most of these people out here. That's what you have to understand. There's so much that goes into knowing all that. So it's just very, very important to hodl if you don't know what you're doing in terms of trading. If you're just trying, you know, it's like, it gets very easy when I trade that way. And guess what? It's a Warren Buffett-esque type style. Really, I could have put my own spin on it, but that's just how I am, and it works for me. Another example, look, you know, I'm not fucking trying to stun on nobody. I just came home looking at some hot wallets. But this account was around 250 when I left. I don't keep this much on my computer normally. But when you come home, basic attention token, and I could be mad. I could be like, look, I could have put this in all these other coins. You know, I could have put more in Enigma when it 5-6x, you know, because basic attention token just like 2.5x. And there's a lot of 10xers out there. And, you know, that could be multi-millions right there. But the fact is, I got into it and I keep in my lane. And nothing's going to shake that. And what I try to do with my current money is put it in those 5 to 10x's. But I don't always chase the money either. I have a very unique style when it comes to, I invest in, like, you know, I don't mind missing out on the big gains if I'm not taking the losses. If I know I'm going to be able to just get there, right? Because I know I'm going to hit, man. It doesn't take, you know, you get greedy if you think everything you got to touch has to 10x. That's when you get fucking greedy, and that's when you get burnt. It's like trying to throw a Hail Mary every play. It's just like every play you're throwing a Hail Mary, trying to get a touchdown every fucking time. Sometimes you got to throw a 5-yard slant. Sometimes you got to hand the ball off. You know what I mean? You can't just you're not going to get there every time in one play. And that's how I feel when I buy a basic attention token. I know basic attention token is going to be around. I just know it is. I don't know. It was deep in my fucking soul. I think I can see this thing 5 years from now. It may not moon like everything else, but it's going to get there. So I diversify and say, you know, Civic is the same way. I know some people saw some Bitcoin Cash, probably like, what the hell happened there? So I'm going to explain myself. Basically, when you get to my level, I hate saying it that way. When you get to a position where it would be kind of risky not to, it's like, why wouldn't I invest in, because hey, God forbid anything happen to Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash is going to moon. And if I have the money to where it doesn't matter, then yeah, why wouldn't I hedge my bet? Because people say, why not? And there's another big thing. I don't pay my people in Bitcoin. I don't pay my people. I pay them in Ethereum. I used to pay them in Ethereum because it's faster. The crypto kitties crippled that. So now I'm sending Bitcoin Cash. And people say, well, why don't you send Litecoin? Well, the reason is, you know, I'm not a big proponent on Litecoin. I never have been. I think it's going to do great. I think it could easily hit 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, whatever, right? But I've never really been big on it because I'm big on Bitcoin. And if Bitcoin gets Lightning Network, what is Litecoin? That's all I'm saying. It's kind of like, people want to say gold to silver, but gold and silver are two different things. I mean, you can't, you know, silver, you can't put gold in silver's place, right? They're unique. So Bitcoin gets Lightning Network and it works perfectly. What's going to happen to Litecoin? So I'm not going to hedge my bet with Bitcoin against Litecoin. I would hedge my bet against Bitcoin Cash because Bitcoin Cash isn't doing what Bitcoin's doing. It has bigger blocks. It has a different dream. It's something completely different. So Bitcoin's Lightning Network doesn't work out and Bitcoin Cash big block does. Then, you know, it's just a security thing. That's all. But that's what I don't want people to see, that I have Bitcoin Cash and go out and buy a bunch of Bitcoin Cash, because that's not like, if I was just starting out, I wouldn't do that. But as you grow and as you need to be more diversified, like buy a condo, buy some gold, buy some silver. Don't just keep all your fucking money in crypto. I kind of look at that as like Bitcoin Cash. It's almost not even a crypto. They're so completely different. When I first got in, of course, Bitcoin's my number one choice. Just because if the Lightning Network comes through, and I believe it is, I mean, how the fuck could it not, with all this money riding on it, all this expectations, the brightest minds, right? It's just going to go absolutely parabolic. Plus, it's kind of the self-fulfilling prophecy. Bitcoin could be a rock fucking forever. It's going to get to 100K. It's just going to get through sheer wheel. It's just been through the trenches, and now it's just going to be pushed ahead. And people buy into dreams. Believe it or not, people buy into Bitcoin even though it doesn't work now, because they think it's going to work one day. It's called, you know, it's a risk, kind of like buying into an ICO. You see prototype number 1 is working. And another thing I'm going to get into, people want to say, and this is the final thing, because I've been doing a lot of thinking on all of this. I guess didn't mean to talk about this too much, but people who want to say Bitcoin Cash is what Satoshi's white paper was, I absolutely agree with it. Bitcoin right here, this is not the Satoshi coin. People are like, oh man, what the fuck, Dan? What you spreading FUD for? But it doesn't fucking matter. Some dude invented something 8-9 years ago. You can't fucking, like, if somebody wants to stick to the religious roadmap, that's fucking awesome, right? But this Bitcoin has evolved. It's adding Voltron arms, right? When the Transformers first started, right? Like, then they started adding other Transformers, and then those motherfuckers formed together and made a Voltron. That's what Bitcoin's trying to do. Like, I completely think that the one with the highest market cap is Bitcoin. So as long as people want to say Bitcoin Cash is Bitcoin, no, Bitcoin is the one. By technical, if you want to get technical with it, the one with the most network effect is technically the Bitcoin. And I think this Bitcoin is just going to have, it has very, very, very long legs. I'm not going to say it's 100% going to win because that'd be ignorant. That'd be a fanboy. Right? But it's way fucking ahead. I mean, you can see the distance. That's a large gap to fucking close. And with Bitcoin having Lightning Network on the horizon, that's a big fucking gap, guys. So Bitcoin Cash is Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin is Bitcoin by proxy. It doesn't matter what it is in the white paper, in my opinion. It matters because I don't think that there was nowhere that said you had to stick to this white paper or it's no longer Bitcoin. It's upgrading. It's doing, who knows 10 years from now, Bitcoin's around. Maybe there's going to be some other crazy upgrades that aren't in the white paper. So, let them do what they want to do. The hate is stupid though. People asking me about Ripple. I'm not investing in Ripple. Ripple is not a hedge against Bitcoin. I think Ripple is going to keep going up in price. People are buying it because they think it's going to get on Coinbase. And the only problem with Ripple is when it pops, it's going to pop really hard. Banks are useless. This is like when the email first came and versus letters to hedge your shit, you just bought some very futuristic pens. It's like, well, it's going to upgrade the old way. It's like, man, email is here, bitches. I'm sorry, Ripple. Like, yeah, you're going to have your purpose, but you're going to pop, in my opinion. The banks are no longer needed, and people are going to see that longer and longer. Banks are inconvenient. They're not open 24 hours a day. They can lock your money. They can treat you like a child. They can make you feel like a criminal. They can, and they can just shut down and you lose all your money, right? It's happened before. So I don't know. I think Ripple's going to keep going up in price, but it's probably going to pop in my opinion. I'm not going to say 100% because like I said, that'd be ignorant unless you're from the future. I never say things in definites. That also annoys me. But, yeah. So anyway, let me get into, all right. I have my little notes, I'm trying something new. So, all right. A lot of people want to ask, how do you make money? Like, I'm trying, it's hard not to sell for a loss, yada, yada, yada. And I always tell them the same thing. It's like, man, the beautiful thing about what I do is you can do it because it's not like you have to be something like impossible. It's not like I'm asking you to be 10 foot tall. It's not like, oh man, no, you got to be able to hold your breath for 10 minutes or you got to be able to lift 500 pounds. You got to be able to run a mile in 4 minutes. Like, it's not something that's impossible to do is what I'm saying. It's not even intelligence. I mean, a lot of people, I'm not, I sound like a fucking jackass when I'm trying to pronounce some of these words. I'm not worried about that. I'm not focused on that. That's like focusing on what other people are thinking, and that's Wugazi. That's going to put you in a place where it's fucking, you have no control over your life if you put control in other people's hands. That's why I get on and I don't even try to pronounce these words good, just to show you like who I am. Like, if I'm talking to my homeboys, I won't be like, that motherfucking Chinese exchange starts with an H, and they're going to say it, and I'm like, yeah, that's it. That's how I am, right? And I'm not trying to switch and put on a proper tie and be like, go to Google how to pronounce Huibai, right? No, that's not how I'm doing. I'm just going to come to y'all how I am. And that's how a lot of people should be. That's how I am. Consistency is number one. Anyone can learn. Anyone can show up. Anyone can show up. Consistency, day in, day out. Anyone can show up. And the next thing is determination. You got to want it, right? If you don't want it, then why are you here? If your 9 to 5 doesn't pain you into willing your way into showing up and having determination, then you don't want it. You're content. And that's not a bad thing. Because if you're not determined, that means you're satisfied with what you have. You have reached something that all of us are trying to get to, We're all trying to be satisfied. We're never ever going to reach there. Some of us, it just never happens. Never ever completely satisfied. There's always got to be a little more. But the fact is, that's not a bad thing. You got to be self-aware, right? So if the determination's not there and the consistency's not there, it's not going to work. And then it's just grinding. Then it's just work. You show up. You do the best you can with what you got. You don't worry about, it's like if it's one step at a time, everyone can take one step at a time. Everyone can get a little bit better every single day. Consistency is going to show that. So if you show up every day, you're going to be consistent. You're going to be determined. You're going to get a little bit better every single day. You don't worry about what other people are doing. Don't worry about other people's account. If you got $10, don't buy Bitcoin, get eaten up by fees. But it doesn't matter where you are is what I'm saying. You got to start somewhere. And a lot of people live in the fact that, oh man, I'm so far away from being a millionaire. Oh man. It's like, I always told myself, it's funny, me and my girl, I'm going to kill it here pretty soon, but me and my girlfriend were walking and, it was a tough time, earlier last year. Poker was treating me real bad. It was hard to pay the bills, hard to show, go out on a date night. And, we were walking, eating some pizza, walking around the coast. And I said, you want to enjoy these times because when I do hit, actually, scratch that. I had just hit for about 1,500 on a poker game and it was real big at the time. I was like, man, right? We can go out fucking, eat, have a good time. So we went out, got dinner, we're walking on the coast. And I was talking to her. I said, hey, look, we got to appreciate these times because there's going to be a day where I'll make $10,000 in a day and I'm not going to feel anything. It's not going to be like this 1,500 that I have. I'm not going to be as hungry no matter how hard I try, no matter how much discipline I have. That moment's gone and you never get it. There's always good everywhere. When you're at the bottom, it feels so good to climb to the top. When you're at the top and you can't go any higher, you lose that. And this is life. Money isn't everything. Money is emotion. Money is well-being. Money is what you're doing. There's a lot more out there and you should appreciate every moment you have because time is something you can't buy. And you don't want to live with that regret when you're rich. You work all your life to get rich at 40, 50, and then you realize you just pissed away half your life because you didn't appreciate the moments. So when you're down, you should be fucking happy because when you make that 10x, you get them goosebumps. And that's priceless. So, just going to kill it here. Cheers. Peace.